Welcome back to Quarantine and Dine with Ben. Tonight we'll be doing breakfast for dinner and we'll be having some breakfast quesadillas. So join us as we journey on this adventure together. Now, this is a very French meal and it is very important that you have all your ingredients, the bacon, the cilantro, the tomatoes, the egg, salt, pepper, quesadilla, cheese, all of that. And then you have your glass of orange juice. Oh, we're getting a little low. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, there we go. That is much better. Okay, now that the first step is done, now we start on the second. Now, the first thing we do is we take the 2 eggs and we break them and then we put them into the bowl. Just such a clean break. Oh my. And then we take the second egg, same thing. Okay, or we just break the shell completely. It's okay. Add a little protein. You see? Oh, there we go. So good. Then we're going to take the bacon, it's fine, and then we put that in there. This is only enough bacon for 1 person because, it's only me. And then we will garnish with the pepper and the salt. And then we whisk it all together. Now, we take our whisk that was over there, and then we whisk it all together, into one beautiful little concoction. You see, when you see that the egg has turned yellow, then you know you are good. But it is, kind of not there yet, but this is a very traditional dish, in French they have the word breakfast, but it is a breakfast because everything is very long and strung out in France. I would know because I'm obviously from there, you can probably tell. But yes, so now that it is ready, now we are going to go and put it onto the stove. Okay, that is not a good looking color. Now that we are at the stove, we take the egg and we pour it into the pan. There we go with all the ingredients, and I cannot tell if that is a bacon or if it is an eggshell, but either way it is protein. So now we put it in here and we are going to make sure that we scramble it up and make sure that it all get cooked. And then we will set it aside as we prepare the quesadillas. Now that your eggs are no longer runny and we keep them moving in the pan, we are almost ready, you see. There we go. Now we shall prepare them for the quesadilla. Now in the same pan, we are going to take the tomatoes and we are going to put them in and we're going to saute them a little bit, just enough to bring out the flavor, but not to leave the juiciness, you see. There we go. Just very lightly. It reminds me of being a boy in Paris, growing up on the Rue du Colisée and, going and swimming in the Trevi Fountain just down the street from, the Big Ben and the Eiffel Tower, and we would make these omelets, but they're not omelets, they are quesadillas, every morning before we ran away to school in the summer, and because that's how the French do. But yes, now that they are ready and they are just very lightly sauteed, then we take them and we put them in with the egg. Okay, now we do the quesadilla. Now the fun part. We take some butter, we put it into the pan, and we make sure that we spread it all out, just enough to cover the pan. And then we take the tortilla, which is French for very thin pancake, and but it is of flour. And then we will take a little bit of our cheese and put it onto the tortilla, it just sounds so French. And then we put a little bit of egg and a little concoction right there in the middle. Now it is very important that we flatten it. You just flatten, do not crush, just flatten. Just like a very strict school principal if you were growing up in the 40s. Now we take a little bit more cheese and a little bit of the cilantro, and then we just cover it and cover it and cover it and cover it. And then we put the other tortilla on top. and we let it cook. Now that the quesadilla is fully cooked and flipped, now we will put it onto the plate, and then we will cut it up into pieces and prepare it for the serve. And that, my friends, is how you chop the quesadilla. Now it is very important that this is a balanced meal, so we must make sure we have a side of something more nutritious. So we just, take a little bit of this, and we do a little bit of a side, nothing too major. Okay, that is a little much, but then we just put it on the plate, and then we serve. Oh, my drink is getting a little low, so there we go. And that, my friends, is how you make some breakfast quesadilla for any occasion. Au revoir.